Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. Hash it out with Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. Brought to you by Redmond Wholesale.
Hi, I'm Carl Markman with Redmond Wholesale. We're incredibly proud of our history of educating and partnering with the broker and banker community to prepare you for what's next. We've always been committed to same-day turn times on initial underwrites, which allows us to earn your business each and every day. We're happy to sponsor the following program.
Hello, my name is Brian Stevens, and this is Frank Garay, and thanks for joining us on another edition of Hash It Out. Today we're going to be talking about MSAs. Those are market what?
Market servicing agreements.
Market servicing agreements. This is
Yeah.
where a lender or a group of lenders and a group of real estate agents or a real estate agent work together in cahoots in order to share business and the benefit of it.
Right.
Over the past few years, there's been a lot of talk about are these compliant or are they in fact not compliant? Well, we know some people are doing them right now, but we've got strong opinions both for and against MSAs. Frank, what's your thoughts?
Okay, of course, you touched on the compliance issue, right? That's a big one. We saw a guy get fined $80,000 by the CFPB because he had a mortgage shop next to a bank that was construed as a poorly executed MSA, and it was nothing. He didn't even have an agreement with these guys, and he still got fined, right? But let's say you can get past compliance. Let's say you can actually enter into an MSA where it's okay compliance-wise. I think the real question is it worth it to a loan originator to have an MSA with a real estate office? Is it really worth it? Now, I have sat on two of them. I have been in two MSA agreements, one with National Real Estate Service, a Canadian company a long, long time ago, one with Wells Fargo and RE/MAX. And I got to tell you, my opinion of it was that it was not worth it to me. I felt like I was alienated a little bit because a lot of the other real estate agents in town felt like I'm in bed with those guys. I don't want to use that guy. And honestly, the amount of business I got out of that RE/MAX office was not very much business. So for me personally, I don't think that it was worth it, but I've seen it quite the opposite with other people. What are your thoughts?
Well, back in 2008, 2009, it seemed like everybody was running towards MSAs. Everyone was trying to find the last piece of the pie as the industry was on fire.
Right.
I didn't have one. So when I was working up against an in-house lender,
Right.
I always felt that I had my hands tied behind my back because, well, they have the undivided attention of the real estate agents that are in the office.
Right.
Here's what I discovered, though, and I think this is pretty much across the board, is that most of the realtors out there who are very successful are very autonomous in terms of how they approach their business. They're not going to be told what to do. They're going to do what the heck they want to do. Gosh darn it. Kind of like a stubborn kid. And that means they're going to go out and find the lenders that they want to work with in the first place. I found that a lot of the realtors that were working with the in-house lenders were some of the low-producing real estate agents out there who were just doing what their management team taught them to do. I'm not saying an MSA is a bad or a good thing, but I found that I could go out there and I can get the realtors I was looking for because they didn't feel that they were dependent on that lender or they had to use them. The other part of this is, now, if you're a lender, right, and you're in an MSA, and you screw up a file, because it happens. It happens to everybody. It's going to happen where something goes wrong.
You don't even have to screw it up. Let's just say it goes bad.
You have a file that goes bad.
Right.
What is every single real estate agent in that office going to do? They're all going to talk about you and just run you through the mud. And how much business is it costing you? Truthfully, for me, I wouldn't do it because I don't want to be married to one brand or one office. And I'll tell you, we can't overlook the compliance issue.
That's true. Now, on the other hand, it could just be the loan originator. Because in my case, it was not successful. Maybe it was just me, and I got to tell you, a lot of it was my attitude. I was in there, I would close my door. It's like, I don't want to be bothered, you know what I mean? I just got things to do. You remember Wendy from the old company that we worked at, okay? I wound up hiring her to work for my net branch, but let me tell you something. She was an in-house lender for a Caldwell Banker for years, and she absolutely dominated that office. Nobody in that office would go to anybody else but her, and she would get business from outside as well. So she was able to overcome that situation because she just was that good at it. I mean, she was just really good, but I think she's the exception to the rule.
Well, I also know a company that's down in Austin, Texas, who had these gigantic MSAs with some of the real big players in the industry. And they got a ton of business from it. I mean, huge amount of business from it. But the thing that really struck me as odd is how much money is being pushed across the desk in order to get that business. And I don't care how you really cut this one up.
Right.
If I have to push a big old pile of money across my lending desk over into your real estate desk, I'm only doing that for one reason. It's because you are going to funnel me a whole bunch of business.
Yeah.
When I am paying you this big pile of money in order to get these referrals back, it is only for that business, and that right there is perfectly unfiltered, concentrated RESPA
Issues.
violations.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is. I don't care what anybody says. And I got to think it's only a matter of time before this is looked at a little and scrutinized a little bit more closely, and some of these MSAs go away, and they're going to come with big checks that people have to write in order to get out of them.
Yeah, so I think in this hash it out, I think you and I are both in agreement this time, and that would be that based on the compliance issues that you've got facing you and based on the potential problems you can have with being alienated or shunned, etc., probably not the best idea. Probably not worth it to enter into an MSA. However, you may disagree with us on that. So that's why we're here at Hash It Out to talk about it and get your views on it as well. So let us know your thoughts down below on the MSA agreement.
Listen, there's no doubt they make a boatload of money for people. That's
They
why
can.
you're going to pay a bunch of money, is because you're going to make a lot of money in the process. So I
Right.
understand why people do them, but for me personally, no chance.
No way. Compliance, man. That's the big one, in my opinion, right there. Anyway, what do you think? Let us know. Thanks for joining us here exclusively on the Mortgage News Network. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week here on Hash It Out.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What's the ultimate measure of a wholesale lender? Commitment. Remen Wholesale is committed to our broker partners. It's why we provide a huge educational platform offering everything from webinars to seminars to individualized training tools in the program you just watched. We understand that our role is to make you look great in front of your customers and referral sources so you can earn more business and increase your income. Find out more at RemenWholesale.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.